Summer Spellman reaches her lowest point, Tyrone Dobbs struggles to cope with overwhelming guilt, and the full seriousness of Sam Blakeman's condition comes to light in this week's Coronation Street spoiler clips. After being called to the hospital to see an unwell Summer, Todd Grimshaw is shocked by what he finds. Not only has she ended up in hospital, but her time in prison has left her emotionally devastated and mentally fragile. Meanwhile, Tyrone can no longer carry the burden of his secret. Consumed by guilt over his actions towards Summer, he finally confesses everything to his stunned wife, Fizz Dobbs. He is convinced that Carl Webster is aware of his involvement in the incident that left him seriously injured. Elsewhere, Sam's mental health continues to deteriorate. As Will Driscoll and Leanne Battersby desperately attempt to help him, Sam is confronted by both a hallucinated version of Roy Cropper and the real Roy, pushing his emotional crisis to a frightening new level. Before the drama unfolds, viewers are given 3 gripping scenes to enjoy. Todd is completely unprepared for the condition he finds Summer in. Although he initially blames the prison officer for her situation, Summer reveals that she deliberately switched off her insulin pump because she can no longer cope with life behind bars. Todd does everything he can to encourage her and restore some hope, but his efforts seem pointless as Summer feels completely defeated. Unsure of how to help, he finds himself struggling to know what to do next. With Summer appearing to have lost all hope, the question remains whether Todd or anyone else can persuade her that things can still improve. At the same time, Tyrone finally opens up after Fizz gently questions his recent behavior. He admits that he knows Summer was not responsible for Theo Silverton's death, but he lied to the police in order to hide his own role in the events surrounding Carl's injuries. He also fears that Carl has already worked out the truth. Fizz is left reeling by the revelation and struggles to take in what she has just heard. The secret leaves her facing a difficult decision about what to do next. Sam's situation becomes even more alarming as he hides out in Roy's roles, while Will and Leanne search desperately for him. Haunted by disturbing visions of Roy warning that Will wants to harm him, Sam becomes increasingly frightened. When the real Roy suddenly appears, Sam is faced with 2 versions of his friend, leaving him confused, overwhelmed, and terrified by everything around him. Coronation Street actress Tanisha Gorey has revealed exclusively to Inside Soap that a new romantic storyline is on the way for Asha Alahan. Asha has remained single since ending her relationship with Nina Lucas in early 2024. Their romance, which lasted around 3 years and experienced several ups and downs, came to an end after Nina shared a kiss with Asha's twin brother, Adi. Despite the breakup, Tanisha still looks back fondly on the popular pairing, which became a fan favorite among viewers and earned the nickname Nasha. Tanisha explained that she believes the relationship existed largely because of the strong support from fans. She said audiences loved seeing Asha and Nina together, and she enjoyed portraying the couple as well. According to her, part of their appeal came from how different they were. Asha was portrayed as feminine, colourful, and fun-loving, while Nina was known for her gothic style and cool personality. Their ability to connect despite those differences made the relationship special. Since their split, Asha and Nina have continued to share a close friendship. Although their breakup circumstances were awkward, they still spend time together regularly. Tanisha also spoke about the friendship group that includes Asha, Summer, Amy, and Nina. She said she enjoys the fact that the characters have remained close and that there is no lingering resentment between Asha and Nina. Instead, they have moved forward maturely and maintained a strong friendship. However, Asha's love life may soon become more complicated as a new romantic interest enters the picture. Discussing the upcoming storyline, Tanisha hinted that a fresh romance is developing for Asha. She described the story as both heartwarming and emotional, explaining that while there are sweet moments, there is also a sad element to it. The storyline will reportedly see Asha stepping into a supportive role. Tanisha added that she hopes viewers will embrace the new plot and enjoy what is set to unfold in the coming episodes. Coronation Street's Jodie Ramsey comes under suspicion once again this week, as she is accused of being behind another cruel act while continuing her attempts to take over her sister's life. Although viewers know Jodie has a history of creating chaos to get what she wants, the question remains whether she is actually responsible on this occasion. Since arriving on the cobbles earlier this year, Jodie has been secretly manipulating members of the Platt family, driven by resentment over feeling abandoned by her sister, Shona. Her behavior took a darker turn when she attempted to seduce David in retaliation for Shona ignoring the letters she sent during her childhood. After her actions were exposed, Jodie was asked to leave the family home. She later developed an unexpected friendship with Daniel Osborne while staying elsewhere. However, that arrangement soon fell apart when Daniel discovered that Jodie had been harassing him online, forcing her to move back into the Platt household. In Sunday's episode, David and Shona are looking forward to celebrating an important milestone for their daughter Harper, who has remained in hospital since she was born. Their plans are thrown into disarray, however, when David is unable to locate Harper's 5-month milestone card before a planned photo session. Already under pressure, Shona becomes frustrated and blames David for misplacing the card. David, on the other hand, is convinced that Jodie is somehow involved and immediately suspects her of causing the problem. Could this be another deliberate attempt by Jodie to drive a wedge between David and Shona, or is the missing card simply the result of an innocent mistake? A Coronation Street insider explained that Jodie's reputation makes her an easy target for suspicion. Given her track record of stirring up trouble and even taking things that do not belong to her, it is hardly surprising that fingers are quickly pointed in her direction. The source also revealed that David is becoming increasingly frustrated with Jodie and remains uneasy about having her back in the family home, especially after she previously deceived him into getting into bed with her. With tensions continuing to rise, the question is whether the strain Jodie has placed on the Platt family will eventually push them to breaking point. Emmerdale viewers are facing more disappointment after another change to the soap's broadcast schedule resulted in the cancellation of its usual Friday episode. However, the regular schedule has once again been disrupted. On Friday, June 5th, neither Emmerdale nor Coronation Street will be shown in their normal time slots. Instead, both soaps will return on Sunday, June 7th, airing between 8 p.m. and 9 p.m. The change has been made to accommodate ITV's live coverage of the FIFA Women's World Cup qualifying match between Spain and England. Further disruption is planned the following week, as both soaps will also be absent on Tuesday, June 9th, due to coverage of England's World Cup qualifier against Ukraine. To make up for the missed episodes, ITV has scheduled an extended soap block on Friday, June 12th, with both programmes airing from 8 p.m. until 10 p.m. In addition, viewers will see a temporary adjustment on Wednesday, June 10th, when Emmerdale begins at 7 p.m. and Coronation Street follows at 7:30 p.m. The latest scheduling changes have sparked frustration among many viewers. The soap is broadcast on ITV1 every weekday evening at 8:30 p.m, with episodes also available to watch online through ITVX.